This right here is a very cool bike, the 2023 Levo SL version 2 of this model, and they've had a lot of improvements. I've had so much fun with it. Lots of torque, lots of shredding capabilities, and I've been able to keep up with full-powered friends. I've been able to do 5,000, 6,000 foot rides. But I'm not here to talk about this because this can evolve to burlier rides or lighter weight rides. And my light build spec right here can be as low as 28.17 pounds. How light can a Levo SL get? How light can an e-bike get, right? So this bike right here, 28.17 pounds, and I can get it even lighter. But I'm gonna stop right there. And the caveat is it doesn't have a battery, modular batteries right here. You can have as many of these as you want, and with this battery, it's 30.0 something pounds. I can get it under 30, but let's leave it right there. So it's pretty mind-blowing. I didn't think you could just lose that much weight because the current Levo SL build is pretty light already. It's one of the lightest e-bikes, capable e-mountain bikes around. Just an amazing bike with great suspension, just super durable frame, very capable. It just kind of surprises me every step of the way. Number one, it lost the weight in the wheels and tires. It's just crazy how light these wheels and tires are. That front wheel right there will wheel with that 2.35 fast track, and the brake rotor from Shimano is 1,400 grams. I'm like, what in the world? So lost a lot of weight there, lost a lot of weight here. I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 pounds. And then it lost some weight on the shock, the fork. The fork, it was used to be a Fox 36, 4.5 pounds. And this one is a Fox 34, 150 travel, lost 10 mils of travel, and this is 3.5 pounds. And something very interesting is because it lost a little bit of length, it's steep in the head angle, but this thing has an adjustable headset cup, 1 degree slacker, 1 degree steeper. So I just made it 1 degree slacker and it rides just fine. Lost some weight on the dropper post. This is a Fox Transfer SL, so just 2-position, undamped, kind of tough to use, but hey, I'm getting used to it. In the drivetrain is now full Shimano XDR, and where it really loses weight is brakes. The brakes are super cool. 180 rotors, front and rear, single piston. And I'm like, nah, don't go single piston. But actually on my Obeya rides, it's been single piston for the last 2 years. Shimano is just a stronger brake because the piston is bigger, and the stopping power, the leverage and the construction is just better. And then the silver bullet is I lost the big battery. The big battery inside, there's a 4-pound battery, and you can pull it out, and with this one is a 2.2-pound battery. So instead of using this, you're fixed with this, you use this one as a modular system. But if you really wanted to sometimes ride with no battery, which this I actually did. I climbed a 2,000 foot hill with it. This is a cool configuration, 28 pounds. And when I said there's more weight to lose, I'm not kidding about that. This is actually an S4, because that's what Specialized had. S3, my actual size would be lighter. And they actually sent this to me with this really light combination stem and bar, 250 grams for this. I'm using this one, 360, because this is too long. This is a 70. And it's just dangerous for me. So right there is 110 grams of weight. And then the other thing is this is a 29er. It used to be a 27. This is a 29er. So just understand that a 29er, the wheel is maybe 100 grams more weight, maybe more, and then the tires and probably another 100 grams. So really cool development is with these modifications now, this bike is legal to fly with and travel with. Airlines have a restriction that no lithium battery could be bigger than 160 watt hours, either in the bike or in portable batteries, because it's a risk. They don't like that, and it's kind of the developmental stage. What about the ride? How would I describe the ride? So first, I have all these measurement tools. Like, will it affect the climbing ability? Losing 10 pounds on the bike, what happens? So I got to my test course, and my test course is a 520 foot hill. And what I do is I put power meter pedals, so I limit my leg output to 200 watts average for the whole duration of the climb. So it's a very controlled climb. So the old bike had a time of 6 minutes 51. seconds, and that compares to the transition relay 6 minutes 54 and the Trek Fuel EXE 705. This bike, my first run was like 605. 605. It was like 45, 46 seconds faster. It just blew me away. You know, the full powered e-bikes would climb at about 510. So I'm like, wow, how could it be that much faster? So I did it a couple more times, 608 and 610. So 608 is what I'm going with. It is just so much faster, you know, than the old bike. I think the 29er, the light wheels, you know, it just allowed the 50 Newton meters and 300 watts of torque just to keep momentum and just propel me. And the interesting development as well is it used up less battery. Instead of using up 14%, this bike used up 12%. So, you know, between 1.5% and 2% savings. And so that translates to increased range. And I'll do some calculations on what that means over the battery drain. Okay, the next test is the big hill, 2,000 foot hill, one of the staples around here. Turned it on, just trail mode, not even turbo, just trail mode. And I climbed it in 2850. 2850 was just amazing. So it climbed 2,100 feet in 2150, and there was 10% battery left. So you're like, whoa, you know. So without any kind of rolling hills and descending, 2150. So you could imagine you could climb 2,300 on trail mode at a fast speed. And then if you're on eco, I can probably climb 2,500, 2,700 feet with this on eco, you know, using power. Descending, you know, my local trails was fine. Fire roads, kind of sketchy, you know, jumping. When I descended, I was going 35 miles an hour. You know, I had no reservations about it. And it was just a good experience. Saddle was super comfortable. I got my bar. My bar is actually a 30 millimeter bar and stem, 780 length. So I had my cockpit right, even though this bike's a little large for me. You know, I just need a longer dropper than this. And then the big compromise, I'm sure you understand, is the front tire. The front tire. So these tires don't have a lot of casing. So if you want to do, you know, a lot of rocks, a lot of sharp stuff, you need more casing than this. And these are T5, T7. I would start with just a better front tire. Color me impressed. You know, this is just a proof of concept. And I think what I want to deliver to you guys is some ideas on how, you know, you can optimize your bike for your style. You know, if you're not really into jumping and just crushing the corners, you don't have that terrain. You're in the Midwest, or you know, you're a little bit older. You don't want to get hurt, and you want to stay in shape and whatnot. This could be an option, or some elements of this build can be an option. And like I said, if you want to travel, fly with your bike to some really nice exotic destination, you know, look into something like this. But I have an S-Works Levo that's getting heavier and heavier. So this Levo SL, making it a little lighter is not a bad idea. Creating separation between your bikes and making them fulfill different categories is kind of a cool thing to do in the bike stable, even the e-bike stable. Thanks a ton.